going on, guys? So, as you can tell, um, I'm the main guy on the channel. I am Tommy. Nice to meet you guys. Sorry for my low voice. I'm trying to maintain it for a play that I'm a part of. At the university I go to, we're doing Richard III, a Shakespeare play that I am over the top excited about being a part of. I really wanted to be a part of the show, and because I had never been a part of a show before, it was a bit of a surprise when I got called back to be a part of this show. And when I was able to become a character in the play. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun being a part of this experience, a part of this show. And I'm still having a lot of fun. We're not done with the show yet. We don't start the show until next week. But it really just came and hit me because I love the theater. And I don't think a lot of people know this about me. I love the theater. In high school, it sparked my interest when I did the theater classes, and I really wanted to continue outside of high school and keep going. And I wanted to do productions with my high school, but because of the sport, I was kind of out of that, and I had to continue with the sport because one of my family members, I won't mention who, but that person wanted me to continue with my career with football, thinking that it would get me somewhere. Well, football did get me somewhere. It got me to Rockford University in Illinois. Very nice university, very nice campus. I love it. I love it so much. I tried football here for a year, even though I was going to be pretty much done after my senior year of high school. I said, you know what? I'll give it one chance. I'll give it that one chance. And I'll see what happens. I wasn't expecting it to be fun. I was expecting it to be crazy and over the top and just everybody to be rude or disrespectful or other such. But that wasn't the case, actually. Um, I came to Rockford with that mindset, and I found out that that wasn't the case at all. You know, um, I got here, and everybody was just, they were all really nice. They were inviting. The coaches were such a great staff. I was blessed to have one of the best years of football and one of the best years of school I've had in a long time with the people that I've had fun with. Some of the kids that I know from football I'm still talking to. Some of them unfortunately left because they were seniors and they were able to graduate early. I don't see everybody from football anymore, but I will see them obviously when I can. As for the kids in my high school, well, some of them I still see. Obviously, a few of them are still younger than me. Some of them are a little bit older than me, but I hang out with them and I'm kind of that middle ground in the group. I kind of hold it. It's like in this group, I have one buddy who is almost 21. I have a buddy who's still 20. And then I've got a couple bros that are sophomores in high school. And then I've got a bunch of kids that are sophomore, or not sophomores. They're same age as me. We all graduated back in May last year. And it was overjoying. I honestly can't say that I'm not upset with this. I'm really happy about my I'm really happy about how I'm going with this. And I can't say anything other than if I hadn't come to this school, I would have been in the worst possible shape for myself. I wouldn't have wanted to do anything. But I got that one phone call that potentially saved my life. And I guess the best way to say it is it's what saved my life. It really is. I was able to talk to my mom because I had been living with her for a year after I had gotten into an altercation with my father back in the beginning of the school year last year in August, and I was in I was in just such a terrible mood because of what he had said and done. And I had talked to my mom and I had said, Mom, I would really like to go to this school because of what the coaches had said. They said that this would be a really nice environment and that the kids would be really inviting and, there wouldn't be a problem with anything. And I came to Rockford with that mindset, but in the back of my mind, I kept it that there would be that one kid or that one group of kids on the team that were complete dicks and they didn't care. And and I said this to myself. I said to myself, Tommy, you do know that you have to move on. You can't live in the past and think that everybody is going to be as disrespectful, as hurtful, as shamefully wrong as the kids you went to high school with. A lot of the kids that I went to high school with on that football team were only thinking about their future, didn't care what happened as long as they were able to get out and move on in their future. But for me, I didn't think I was going to have much of a future. I said, I'll go to, a community college for a little while and uh, make up some, uh, make up some credits and then see what I can transfer over to another school and, maybe go to a school for 2 or 3 years and then be done with my schooling. But instead, I got a text message and a phone call from head coach at Rockford University, and he had been a head coach at Benedictine U for a few years beforehand and coached some of the best athletes out there. But I got a phone call and a text message from him, and I talked to him and I said, I'll give the school a chance. When can we come out? And we decided to come out for a visit near the end of the school year last year. It was a couple days before prom. I had to miss school to go on a Wednesday and come out here to Rockford, which I had barely ever been to, and came to do this college visit. And I said to myself, I'm really happy, And I told my mom, I said, Mom, I think I'm making a good choice. And I said, let's go to the registration day and we'll see what happens, because I didn't know if I wanted to go there straight for football. I wanted to see if there was an opportunity for me to study something that I wanted to study. And my mom also looked into Rockford a little bit and told me that Rockford is a liberal arts school, which is a very high and overstanding of everything. Now, to me, this is one of the best schools, I think, in this state. And why I say that, all of the professors and the teachers here at Rockford U are here for a reason. They are the best of the best. And I can say that specifically for the performing arts department, because I know that the professors and instructors in that department are the top of the line people. They are the people to be with. And I can say that because the costume shop director alone for Rockford has been with department for 36 years, almost 4 decades. Almost 4 decades. And he has left the school to go around the country and international to do costuming for some of the highest and most notable shows on Broadway and in theaters everywhere. And he did pretty much everything. Now this year I came to the school and I was really happy. And I had said to my mom, I said that I wanted to be a theater major. And we came back in June for the registration day, and my dad came with, and I had driven with my mom that morning, and we came. And students got to tour the campus a little bit, and mom and dad were doing other stuff, and it was a fun day. Students got to meet each other, and everybody else got to meet them, meet everybody, and it was really nice. I got to the point where I registered myself for classes, and this is where I got a little bit mad. My dad, who I wasn't really talking to, I was talking to him, but I was really mad at him. We were talking with my first year advisor, a nice man. He's actually one of the piano accompaniment artists here with the university, as well as a musical director. And we were talking with him because he would be my advisor for the first year of schooling, and then I would go to my respective major person. I would go to the advisor that would be for my major for the next couple of years. And as I was talking to him, I said, I really wanted to be a part of the theater. And in high school, I had that come to me, and, it made me feel like I wanted to do something. But unfortunately, high school did not turn out so well. So what did I do? Well, I said, I'm going to go to college and I'm going to make a life out of it because I can't make anything other than that. And this is where my dad comes in. As I was talking to him, my dad had a question about whether or not I was going to be able to get a career in the field after, because he thought that, it was very hard to find work. And my advisor had, you know, my my advisor had told my dad that with a liberal arts degree, because I have to take courses in multiple different sections, basically, like I have to still take a math, a science, a rhetoric, which is language arts kind of course, and some stuff like that. I have to take those courses to basically graduate from the university in 4 years. And it's not just that, I also have to take all the courses for my major, you know, in terms of what is actually required on top of those other courses. So in terms of next year, I'm going to set up myself with an easy science, so probably a biology or a physics class, something that's easy for me to do if I can understand it. A math course, probably a college algebra course, because I can understand algebra in and out. I know I have to take a computer science course. I could probably save that for my junior year if I wanted to. I'm not sure, but something of that nature. On top of all the acting classes and all the other things that I have to take for theater. Now, because I'm taking a stage management course, in the next few years I can also do that. And I know that for an actor, I might want to take a stage combat course or a weapons class, something that teaches me how to handle such weapons and such 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 dangerous artifacts, let's say. Because if I do use a weapon, I want to make sure that, number one, it's dull enough where I won't actually stab somebody on stage. And number two, I know how to make the illusion that something doesn't actually become harmed, you know? I don't want people to die because of something stupid. And that's where I get scared because I say to myself that this is not going to end well, but it does in the end. A perfect example, and I hate to keep jumping off topic, but at the beginning of the school year, uh, in October actually, in October, we had a musical, and we did the musical version of, well, okay, not the musical version. We did the stage version of Xanadu. And Xanadu was actually fantastic. I saw it twice because that's how good it was. It wasn't even just that. A few weeks later, in November, we did another one called Death Trap. And Death Trap was by Ira Levin, who had also done Rosemary's Baby, which was adapted into a film in 1968 with Mia Farrow, and actually was a phenomenal film, but I have not seen it. I want to. God only knows. But what really surprised me, and this is what was really fun for me, is with those two shows, I saw how much this department cared about what they put out and how much this department cared about their work. And there have been some amazing things that I have seen in this department and throughout my schooling here that have been amazing. Specifically, in September, we went and saw a show with the field trip group that we have. It's a non-registered course, but you pay $100 to do it. And what happens is the faculty will get enough tickets to take however many kids are registered for the department. Obviously, you know, it could be anywhere from 30 to 60 or 70 tickets. And we would go see these shows. And back in September, we went and saw Rock of Ages, the stage version, at Drury Lane in Oak Brook Terrace, Illinois. And it was about, I would say it was about maybe an hour drive or so. And we went and saw this show. Now, mind you, the day before was just coming off of being sick, and I had to drive into Michigan on a 7-hour bus ride to stand on the sidelines at a game for 3 hours, to then turn around and go back on another 6-hour, 7-hour drive back with, I don't think, any stops. Didn't get back till almost 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, practically. I think we got back about 4 in the morning. And I went to bed, got up the next morning at like 10, got some food, and then went on the coach bus to go down. And we saw this show, which I thought was fantastic. I love this show, and it was it was a great show. You know, they took the movies and they make them into a more adult, in a way, version with a lot funnier content. Like, okay, in the Rock of Ages movie, everybody knows that Tom Cruise is Stacey Jacks, the infamous rocker for the band Arsenal. Stacey Jacks is also he's also an alcoholic and a party animal. And they took that to a bit of a different extent in the play, because in the play they kind of messed with some things, made some names, some characters that weren't necessarily in the actual movie. But I mean, it was so funny. I probably couldn't stop laughing, but I kind of had to because I had a cough in my. I had this terrible cough that I had been dealing with since, you know, everything, and you know, I was trying not to get people sick, and people were just complaining to me because I was coughing constantly, and they, you know, wouldn't let me, you know, be and breathe, and I was like, well, this is ridiculous, you know, I don't feel good, and you're starting to piss me off, kind of thing. But I ended up having the time of my life. But to myself, for the production of Richard III, and for the castmates that I have for this show, and of course for anybody that watches this. If you think your life is bad, think about how other people feel. The only reason I made a video about this stuff is because I really just, I felt so bad about everything that happened in the past couple days with myself. I haven't slept very well because of just stress and other basics, but I feel so much better getting this stuff off my chest and onto a medium and a platform that people will understand. And it makes me feel so much better to relax and to not think about anything that's wrong, because I couldn't care less what anybody has to say about me. I will sometimes bury it because in my mind I think that people are just trying to get a rise out of me and they're trying to be dicks. But then I have these people that tell me that it's going to be okay, and they tell me that everything's going to be good. And I think that it's great. But as I said, to my castmates in Richard III, to my castmates in future shows at Rockford University, I'm going to be very excited. I'm going to be extremely excited about doing this. I can't wait to get this show started, because once it starts, I'm never going to want to stop it. I want to keep going with it and have the most fun that I can with it. If I can't have fun with it, I can't have fun with it. But again, I'm happy. And for those of you out there that think that I'm not having fun, you're mistaken. But folks, I thank you for listening. Again, sorry about my quiet voice. I know I got a little loud. I'm trying to save my voice a little bit for some things that I have to deal with the next few days and the next few weeks. Thank you, though, for getting in touch with me. This will be my first of many posts on YouTube over the next few months, the next few years, and hopefully the rest of my life. I want to use YouTube as a medium to do things. Mainly, I want to try to film some videos and movies for YouTube. You know, short films that I adapt for my better sake. Not off of actual works, but things that I come up with myself. And I can put inspiration in the comments. However it goes is however it goes. But with the tip of the hat, metaphorically speaking, I leave you with this. Just focus on yourselves. Don't doubt that you are not a good person. And always, always, always think highly of people. If they let you down, pick yourself back up. That's all I have to say. Thank you again, folks. And like I said, first of many, rest of my life. Peace out.